Yeah, we back with a funny video, man. Very funny video. So check it out, man. Keke Palmer was recently on stage with Usher at a concert with Usher, and I guess Usher brought her on stage. And as you can see, take a look up on the screen. You know, her and Usher having a good time on stage. And her boyfriend didn't really appreciate it, man. Her boyfriend, I believe, she recently had a kid with this man. I believe he goes by the name of Darius Dalton. I'm not really familiar with the brother, man. Never heard about him, never heard of him. But she recently had a kid with this dude. And apparently he seen what happened on stage. He seen Keke and Usher having a good time on stage. So he went on Twitter and he had to speak his mind. As you can see, take a look up on the screen. He was like, it's the outfit though. You a mom. And unfortunately for the brother, he was met with a lot of backlash, right? A lot of pushback, a lot of backlash. The women did not really appreciate anything that he had to say. They really jumped down his throat, so much so that he ended up deleting his entire Twitter account. As you can see, take a look up on the screen. This account doesn't exist. Social media came down so hard on this dude that he deleted his Twitter, I believe his Instagram, I believe all the social media wiped off the internet. This dude went off the grid because the pushback and the backlash was so extreme. It was crazy, man. It was crazy. And that wasn't the only tweet. He came back, he doubled down before he went offline, and he said this: we live in a generation where the man of the family doesn't want the wife and mother to his kid to showcase booty cheeks to please others, and he gets told how much of a hater he is. This is my family and my representation. I have standards and I have morals to what I believe. I rest my case. Now, me personally, I don't got a problem with the brother, man, but like I said, I'm a product of my environment. My parents were married for decades. My aunts and uncles been married for decades. My grandmother was married for like 50, 60 years until he died. So, you know, my point of view is going to be coming from a certain place, right? So, you know, I'm not really compatible with the modern way of thinking, you know, me personally. So I don't got a problem with a man trying to enforce standards, rules of engagement, and protocol for his family, regardless of whatever money he makes, because a man gonna be the man of the house. That's the culture that I come from. But like I said, you know, that's just me personally. I never seen my mother disrespect my father. I never seen my mother come out of pocket on my father, regardless of when he was driving the Volvo or the Acura back in 1999 to when he got the Infiniti to now we got the G-Wagon and the goddamn 7 Series, regardless of whatever he was driving, regardless of the money he had in the bank. My mother always regarded that man as the head of the family, as the patriarch of the family, as the leader of the family, as the father of her children. So, you know, I understand the brother's mentality. He might come from a similar household as me, so he has that same mentality. Regardless of whatever money I got in my pocket, I'm the man of the house and I'm going to be respected as such. But you got to understand, brother, we live in the United States of America where most of these women are destined to be single moms. They're never going to be married to no man worth a goddamn. So you got to understand where you at. You got to understand the environment and adapt to the environment. Now let's get into it, man. The women came down on this brother hard. Take a look up on the screen. This lady said, how you traditional, but you not the breadwinner? Now keep in mind, like I always say on my channel, everybody is a product of their environment. So a traditional man is going to be a traditional man regardless of his circumstance, regardless of the setting. A traditional woman is going to be a traditional woman regardless of the circumstance, regardless of the setting. It's not something that you could turn on and off. It's how you were cultivated. It's how you were raised, right? That's why even Dr. Umar Johnson, in his interview with the Daily Wrap-Up crew, he said the women in the United States, the black women in the United States, they can never go to Africa and talk to the African man the way they talk to the black man in America, because that would never be tolerated. And the same respect will be given to that man regardless of his social class, whether he's a farmer, whether he's driving a taxi, or whether he's an industrialist with businesses across the nation. That man is going to be respected because the culture is going to cultivate women that respect the men of their nation. That's how it goes, regardless. But unfortunately for the brother, Keke Palmer's boyfriend, he doesn't understand you are living in the United States. The United States does not cultivate women that respect men. You have to understand that, number one. It's not a society that cultivates women that respect men. So your first mistake was searching for traditional values in a society that does not cultivate that. There are societies that cultivate that, and you can go to those countries, you could go to those nations and pick out any woman you want, like picking off fruit off a tree. You can do that, but you are in the United States. The United States, people don't come to the United States searching for love, searching for traditional women, searching to build a family. People come to the United States so they can get money, so they can start a business, so they can provide for their family. The United States is the land of opportunity. The United States is not the land of traditional women that are gonna, be the great mother to your children. That is not what the United States produces. This is not what the United States advertises. So that's your first mistake, number one, brother. Your first mistake, you're searching in the wrong place. Now, moving on. This lady said, Keke's boyfriend is too poor to have an opinion. Get back on the diapers. Damn. This lady said, useless man tweeting all that nonsense on a phone that Keke bought and the data plan that she pays every month. A kept hoe should keep quiet. Now, I believe this person is actually a professor at a university, right? A university that's pretty well known. And I believe that she is a black woman who, I believe her ex-husband was a white man. and now she ended up becoming a homosexual. She ended up becoming a lesbian, and I think she dates women now. So she got pregnant by a white man. She got a mixed kid by a white man, and now she's a lesbian, and she's a professor at a university. And yeah, she's trying to give her opinion on Keke Palmer's boyfriend. Said he's a useless man, tweeting on a phone that Keke bought. Now, I don't know what he does for a living. I don't know if he's useless. I don't know what he does for a living. So I don't know his financial situation. But, it is what it is, bro. She just, listen. Anyways, moving on. This lady said, this tweet is so funny. A hot take on men from a lesbian. Please go and scissor something. Leave that talk for people that have men and can keep them. Exactly, bro. And you got pregnant by a white man. Like, come on, bro. It's like when we having our discussions amongst our, black community, like the black woman that sleep with white men gotta sit in the back. Take a seat in the back. We ain't trying to hear nothing that come out your mouth, man. But anyways, moving on. This person said, how you the man in the family and your wife's bank account is 12 times the amount of yours. Sit down and feed Keke Palmer her grapes. Know your place and don't ever speak on her again. Damn. Anyways, this person said, the same people defending Keke were the same people mad at Chance the Rapper. Now, in case you didn't know, it was a bit of a fiasco on social media a couple months back because Chance the Rapper was caught. He was at Carnival, right? And he was at Carnival. He was busting a wine. He was with the ladies. The ladies was dancing on Chance the Rapper. He was smacking ass. He was having a good time, right? And a lot of the same people now that you see launching arguments, disrespecting Keke Palmer's boyfriend, telling him he need to stay in his place. You know what I mean? Stay in a place and don't open your goddamn mouth. They were the same ones who said Chance the Rapper, he was being disrespectful to his wife when he was up at Carnival busting a wine. And in fact, this person hop on the screen. He said this. Take a look up on the screen. Chance the Rapper's wife needs to shut up and feed the kids. Now I'm sure that's satire. He was being comedic because he was just taking the hypocrisy of this situation and transmitting it onto that situation. It is what it is. Like I said, I don't go back and forth with women, man. I'm not going back and forth. Y'all be going back and forth trying to reason and find logic in their arguments and their debates. I don't, bro. I don't. I'm a big endorser of ghosting women. If the woman is not what you want to be, if the woman is not the woman that you need her to be, I'm a big fan of just ghosting, not going back and forth, not debating, not crying, not hopping on social media and complaining. I'm a fan of ghosting, blocking. If you come to my house, I'm gonna have you trespass from the property. I'm gonna call the sheriffs and I'm gonna have a goddamn restraining order on you and I will put you in the goddamn local jail. I will put you in a prison if you come to my house and make a scene. Don't ever contact me again. Don't ever write me again. Listen, I'm done with you. I'm a big fan of cutting women off in the most major way. So, brothers, get your money up because even though I said a lot of things that we call tradition is really things that are upheld by the culture that you come from, the foundation of the culture that you come from. But at the same time, I'm also a believer that, yes, if you want to be able to call the shots, yes, if you want to be able to set the rules of engagement, you got to be the breadwinner. You got to have that leverage. And the reason I say that is because every woman does not come from that culture to where that traditional value is instilled in her from a young girl, right? So when it comes to the women who do not have that naturally in their DNA, naturally in their genetic code, you got to have that leverage over them to where, listen, you don't want to act right, I'm out the door, man. You don't want to act right, and I'm gone. Don't ever contact me again. I'm not going to say nothing. I'm not the type to say nothing. I'm just cutting you off, bro. I'm going to cut you off and you can talk to yourself about why I cut you off. You can sit back and have a conversation with yourself and think back on what you did and why I'm not talking to you no more. That's how I get down, bro. I don't got time to be going back and forth debating and having a conversation. Nah, because 9 times out of 10, they already know what's up. They're just trying to run game and try to play games. Anyways, moving on. This person said, nah, y'all right. He's just tripping. This is normal. My bad. He's just an insecure man that can't handle a baddie. Now, as you can see, she was dancing with Usher and Usher looking, Usher looking where he looking. And as you can see, she wearing a see-through dress with a thong and her ass cheeks hanging out and everything just for the world to see. So that brother, he's a traditional man according to him. So he has his rules, his standards, his protocol. He didn't accept that, so he spoke his mind and they push back against him. Naturally, brother, you got to understand where you at. You got to understand where you're at. You are in the United States of America, bro. You are in the United States of America. The United States of America, it produces side chicks. This is side chick material, bro. Men do not come to America to find wives and find, the mothers of their children. They come to America to find side chicks, to have one night stands, to have fun, go to Vegas, go to Miami, smash cheeks. That is what the United States cultivates and produces for the majority, right? That's what it is. That's the culture that it produces. These women go to work and then you catch them on their off day when they not at work and you smash and you go back to your crib and they go back to their crib. That's what it is. Let's continue. This person said, Darius Dalton is an insecure man. This is not his wife. He is not the head of her household. He does not provide. Keke is successful. She pays the cost to be the boss. She supports him like she supports her son. He needs to stay in a dependence place. Now, I don't know, man. I don't know. Like I said, I'm a product of my environment. I never seen any of the men in my family get disrespected a day in their life, regardless of whatever they had in the bank. That's just me, though. I've never seen them get disrespected, regardless of whatever they had in their pocket, whether they was broke, rich, whether they was riding big, whether they was riding a hoopty. You know, that's just me. So, you know, everybody's a product of their environment, I guess. Anyways, moving on. Now, this tweet was funny. The tweet on the bottom said this: being a billionaire and marrying that is crazy. I'm not going to lie. They're talking about Mark Zuckerberg and his wife. And the tweet at the top says this: I bet he doesn't have to worry about telling her to put clothes on before she leaves the house. Hey, that shit was funny to me, man. That shit was funny to me. And it's facts. It's facts. Anyways, moving on. This person replied to that tweet and they said this: if you have to tell your woman to put on clothes before leaving the house, you're with the wrong woman. Find a woman that dresses how you like women to dress. There are too many women in the world for you to end up with one whose dress sense you have to police. And I agree with that too, bro. I agree with that too. That's why I'm a big endorser of just ghosting these chicks and just finding the one that works for you, finding the one that's compatible for you. You do not owe them an explanation, bro. Just like they said, oh, you're not the head of the household, you're not her husband, you're not this, that, and the third, so you can't call no shots. Bro, I don't complain about that because I operate with them in the same ruthless manner. I ghost them without a goddamn explanation because the way they operate, I operate the same way, bro. You're not my wife. I don't owe you nothing. You a goofy. I'm gone. I'm gone, bro. It is what it is, bro. Tough luck. You know, good luck next time. Better luck with the next dude. I'm gone. I'm going to find something better. That's my opinion, bro. So, you know, if you have to, you know, hop on the internet and complain, and it's too late, bro. It's too late. You with the wrong woman, man. You chose the wrong woman, bro. And I say he chose the wrong woman because there are women who naturally come from that foundation of being a traditional woman to where even if they make more than you, they're not going to look at that as giving them license to disrespect you or try to get a one up on you or try to, you know, embarrass you. They still are naturally traditional women. A lot of these women, they just playing a character. That's why they say, oh, I could be a feminine woman. Maybe if you are, you know, if you're meeting the requirements, I could turn the femininity on and off. Like, they're not really feminine traditional women like that naturally because they can turn it on and off, right? Just like if you're really a traditional man, really from that culture, really from that cloth, it's not something you could turn on and off because they've been cultivating you to be this way since you were a little boy, right? So it's not something you could turn on and off, just like the women. So a lot of these women talking about, you know, I could be traditional if you're the breadwinner. Nah, you just not traditional, period. Like, you're just not cultivated that way. You did not grow up under women who exemplified that. So how could you be something that you never saw exemplified? How could you be something that you were never cultivated to be? So, you know, you got to stop letting these women run game on you, bro. These women are not traditional. The United States, the Western culture, these European countries, these white countries, they do not produce women who are traditional. They do not cultivate women with that mindset. They cultivate women to go to work, you know, 40, 50 hours a week and drink on the weekends and get fucked in their off time. That's what it cultivates, bro. Keep it a stack, bro. That's what it is, man. That's what it is, man. Let's continue. This person said, choosing women with high IQ. And then he put the greater than sign, meaning that is the best choice to make. And I agree, right? Mark Zuckerberg, going back to the original tweet, Mark Zuckerberg, he chose a woman with a high IQ. I believe she was a Harvard graduate just like him, if I'm not mistaken, or she definitely comes from that, you know, that academic cloth of high achievement. When it came time to pick a wife, Mark Zuckerberg didn't go digging in the trash can that is called Hollywood. When it came time to get a wife, Mark Zuckerberg, he didn't try to get a Keke Palmer. You know what I mean? He tried to get Ming Ling Jinping. You know what I mean? And Keke Palmer is somebody that's been in Hollywood for a very long time. She probably done been with all type of rappers, athletes, businessmen, white men, all type of nonsense, right? And guess what? They left her where she was at. They never committed to her. They kept her where she was at. You the side chick, baby. You the side chick. You like to go outside with your ass cheeks out. Holla at me this weekend. We smash. I'll take you on a boat and I'll send you back to where you came from. I'm not gonna get you pregnant. I'm not gonna give you a wedding ring. I'm gonna keep you where you at. You a side chick. That's your position to play. And you, Darius Dalton, whatever he is, you decided to make that the mother of your child. You see, the brothers that actually had money, the men that actually had money and power and prestige, they treated her the way she was supposed to be treated. They treated her like a side chick. I'm going to smash a few times and I'm going to holler at you later. You decided to be, okay, I'm going to make you the mother of my child. I'm going to make a sacred connection with you. See, you a goofy, brother. You a goofy. You don't have the leverage. The men with the leverage, they operated in a proper fashion. They said, you know what? I'm going to have a good time with you because you're a woman. You just want to have a good time. Nothing serious, right? And unfortunately for the brother, Keke Palmer's boyfriend, you decided to take her serious. But you got to understand, when you see a woman who she's had encounters and relationships and dealings with a bunch of powerful, elite, rich men and nobody has ever taken her serious, you should take that as a sign, brother. You should take that as a sign. If they all treated her like a side chick, why you treating her like a wife, man? If they treated her like a good time, why you treating her like A lifetime. Stop it, bro. Stop it. Moving on. Next tweet. This person said, the first tweet on the bottom says, so in order to have a baddie, you have to be okay with her being half naked in public. What are the benefits to this exactly? And the person replied to him and said, baddies are meant to be admired and experienced, not cuffed. And that's exactly what I just said. If you notice, the man that Keke Palmer ended up with, her baby daddy, he ain't nobody important. He ain't nobody powerful. He ain't nobody special. And Keke Palmer has been around all the men in the industry. Men of all races in the industry. And guess what? They treated her exactly like the brother said. It's just an experience. It's just a good time. It's just something to admire, to look at. It's not something to really take serious. It's not something to really cuff and lock down and get pregnant. Nah. You know what I mean? Nah. The men with the leverage, the men with the power, they operated in proper protocol. They said, listen, she a good time. She a fun time, not a long time. Anyways, moving on. This lady said, essentially what y'all are saying is a woman making all the money constitutes her to do whatever she wants. So y'all about to let these niggas use reverse psychology, boss up on us, and we're going to be back at square one. Next tweet. This person said, whoever has the most money in the relationship can do whatever they want. The social contract is done and approved. Here we go. It's official. This person said, so granddaddy having a whole second family is okay now because he was the breadwinner. I got it. It makes more sense now. Now, listen, bro. I mean, that's what the ladies are saying on social media. They said, listen, if you're the breadwinner, you could do whatever the hell you want. You could do whatever the hell you want. And that's what Kevin Samuels said something similar along the lines. He said men can have options. If the man is the breadwinner, he's doing the goddamn thing. He got you living in luxury. The man could have options. He could do whatever the hell he want, you know, as long as it's respectful. That's what Kevin Samuels said. And these same women went crazy. They went crazy when Kevin Samuels said a man pulling his weight, a man who's the breadwinner of the family, a man who's the patriarch of the family, he can have options. He can exercise those options as long as he's open about it and he's respectful. And these same women tried to crucify Kevin Samuels. I remember it, but it is what it is, bro. That's why I don't go back and forth. Y'all can go back and forth for women. I'm not going back and forth for women. Like I said, bro, I just sit back, observe, and if I see something I don't like, if I see anything I don't like, I'm out the door, bro. I'm out the door. I'm not going to tweet about it. I'm not going to cry about it. I'm not going to complain about it. I'm gone, man. I'm out. Peace. Next tweet. This person said, modern women make money for themselves. Men make money for those they want to provide for. When a modern woman makes money, she wants to be independent and selfish. When a man makes money, he wants to assist his dependents. Absolutely. Absolutely, bro. Absolutely. And especially in the case of a successful black man, because a successful black man has multiple family trees, multiple households that he's carrying on his back. It's not really the same dynamic as, you know, the white families, because the white families, they might already come from money from back in the day. So they're not carrying the whole family tree. The family tree is lifting them up. But as a successful black man, not only are you going to be carrying your immediate family that's in your household, you're also probably going to have some cousins, some sisters, some brothers, some folks back home, probably your wife's family too. Your wife's family going to need help, right? So, you know, you're carrying your wife family tree on your back as well. So, you know, a successful man is carrying multiple households on his back, right? So even when women talk about all their achievements, all their accomplishments, I mean, it's not like you taking all that money and you building up societies and institutions. A lot of that money is going back into the economy, circulating back into this buying shit that you want to buy and having a good time and consuming, just having a good time, drinking and partying and buying nice clothes and buying nice cars and shit like that, right? So, you know, that's why men don't really care about all that shit y'all be talking about. Oh, I'm so accomplished, I got so much money. Yeah, but you still gonna look at me to provide for you. So even if you got all this money, all this education, all this bullshit, you're still gonna look to me to provide for my family tree, our family tree, and your family tree at the same time. So your money means nothing to me, because in the mind of most modern women, as this guy said, our money, the man's money, is their money, and their money is their money the most times that are not. So that's why I say, brothers, get with a woman who has the same game plan, the vision for the future as you do, so y'all can build together, right? So y'all got the same vision, the same values, y'all come from the same foundation. Those are the women that you're supposed to marry. These other chicks is supposed to be side chicks. These other chicks is supposed to be a good time, a fun time, not a lifetime, not a long time. Everyone is a product of their environment. Every woman is not going to be cultivated to be the mother of your children, to be the wife in your family tree. A lot of these chicks is just a fun time on a Sunday night, on a Friday night, on a Tuesday night, on their off day. That's all it is, bro. That's all it is. That's all they were cultivated to be. They were not cultivated to be anything else. They don't know how to be anything else. They don't know how to do anything else but go to work, make money, and just get smashed on their off day. That's it, bro. Anyways, moving on. This dude said, Men have no clue what it's like to have a baby and not feel comfortable in their own body anymore. For Keke to bounce back, look that good, and still pay all the bills, you gotta shut all the way the fuck up. And that tweet got over 35,000 likes and 7,000 retweets and 2 million views. So obviously a good amount of the population feels the same way. Next tweet. This person said, the Keke Palmer situation and what Gabrielle Union said is the exact reason why I always make sure I'm above my wife in all forms, spiritually, mentally, physically, and most importantly, financially. You can't give women any form of advantage over you or they'll do you wrong. And I think what the brother is talking about in terms of Gabrielle Union, there was a story a while back, take a look up on the screen. I believe it was an interview. Gabrielle Union was talking about her marriage to her ex-husband. I believe his name was Chris Howard or something like that. And I believe it was a similar dynamic where she was the one, bringing in the cash flow. She was the breadwinner. And take a look up on the screen. You see the headline. It says, Gabrielle Union said, why I felt entitled to cheat during the Chris Howard marriage. Now, at the same time, you could be a man that's a breadwinner. You could have all the leverage in the world and a woman still might cheat on you, regardless of the fact. But Gabrielle Union said she felt more entitled to do whatever the hell she wanted because she was in a position of the breadwinner, which I'm assuming Keke Palmer herself also feels a similar way. She feel like she could do whatever the hell that she want because she's the breadwinner. I'm assuming. I don't know what the brother does. I never heard of him. I don't know what he does. He might have a whole goddamn Fortune 500 company. I don't know, but I never heard of him. But anyways, next tweet. This lady said, I'm not letting a man disrespect me because he makes more than me. And I'm not disrespecting him because I make more. You guys have an ego problem and you truly only hate oppression and patriarchy when you're the one being affected. Next tweet. This dude said, half the time when she has more money than her man, she gets verbally abusive. That's a fact. I went to Harvard. Next tweet. This person said, no woman makes more money than men without help from men. Now, what I think he means by that tweet is when women go out and they make their money in infrastructure that was already set up and created and facilitated by men. So when they go to their, the university that was established by men and get the degree that was certified by men and go work at the company that was established and founded and administrated by men and they get paid by men, the money they make is adjacent to infrastructure that was created by men. That's why when you go to these countries where, like I said, the taxi driver, the farmer, the agriculturalist, the industrialist, all those men from different social classes, they all get respected equally by the women because the women understand and the women already know everything that we got is off the back of what the men established or off the back of what the men created in those nations, right? So that's why, regardless of social standing, regardless of financial power, the men get respected because they cultivate that within the culture. The women already have a built-in natural respect for the men to where they're not really going to step out of bounds, whether he's just a regular guy off the street or whether he owns the goddamn factory and the refinery. They're still going to give him that respect as a man because they were raised from home to respect men, just like the men are also raised from home to respect women, to respect their elders. It's a cultural thing built into the foundation and the fabric of the society that I think in the United States that's missing. That's why these women don't have that in them. They don't really have that naturally. They can try to force it. They can try to force it, but they don't have it naturally. They can put on an act. They can put on a performance, but they don't have it in them. It's on them. It's not in them. It's all fraudulent for the most part. That's why they say they could turn it on and off. Like, for the right man, I could be this way. For the right man, I could do this. But when you go to women who are really traditional, it's just who they are. It's just who they are. I'm disrespectful towards people. I'm disrespectful towards the man I'm dealing with. Regardless if he got $1 million or if he got $10. That's my man, and I'm going to respect him because I seen my mother respected my father and my grandmother respected my grandfather and my auntie respected my uncle. So I'm going to respect the man that I'm dealing with. It's just natural things built into the fabric, and women are held accountable by the society they are a part of, right? So, it's a way deeper conversation than you could really have on social media. But anyways, moving on. This brother said, if I was her man, I'm packing my shit before she even comes home. Exactly, bro. I'm not hopping on Twitter. I'm not hopping on social media. I'm not even hopping in your goddamn inbox and giving you a piece of my mind. I'm gone, man. I'm gone. And just off the fact that you my baby mama, it's going to be a long line of women that's trying to get with me just because I was with you. A bunch of women is going to be trying to get with me because they seen that you my baby mama and they love you. So they're going to be automatically trying to get with me. So this brother right here, man, listen, me personally, I would have never got her pregnant, so I would have never had that liability attached to me. So I would have been free as a free agent to move around and been able to, just move around and move on to the next. But, this brother got a kid with this chick. I mean, he locked in. I mean, you're a goofy. I told you, the last 10, 20 men that she dealt with, They didn't lock it down. They didn't give her the ring. They didn't give her a baby because they seen what it was. They knew what it was, and they knew I'm not going to attach my resources. I'm not going to attach my family lineage. I'm not going to attach my family tree to this right here because this is not fertile soil. But you a goddamn idiot, and you wanted to take it a step further than everybody else and give her a baby, and now you're getting treated like a stepchild because you don't have the power, leverage, and respect to be able to effectively call the shots and set the rules of engagement in the way that you want to, right? You a traditional man, and you got with the woman who's not traditional, who was not cultivated to be so, and now you are suffering the consequences of your actions. It is what it is. Moving on, next tweet. This person said, if I was a stay-at-home dad to a celebrity baby, I'd be way too busy cheating to have any idea what my baby mama is wearing. You see, these brothers understand one thing. Why are you trying to set traditional boundaries for a woman who is not cultivated in a traditional environment, right? So you trying to be a traditional man. No, brother, you got to be a modern man. You got to be a modern man. The modern man does not provide. The modern man is not monogamous. The modern man is here to provide dick and entertainment. That's it. Dick and entertainment, that's it. That's what the modern woman gets, because the modern woman, the only thing she could provide is the opposite in return, right? She could provide some good fun in the bed and some entertainment and, you know, some comedy, some comic relief. You want to hang out. That's about it, bro. That's what the modern woman could give you. So as a modern man, you got to be a modern man. You can't be trying to set traditional boundaries for women who do not even understand what traditional boundaries are. Like, she don't know nothing about that. Her mother wasn't traditional. Her grandmother wasn't traditional. You know, she don't even come from that. So why are you trying to force her to be something that she never even seen? She don't even know what that's like, bro. If you with a modern woman, you got to be a modern man. You know what the modern man and modern woman do? They go to work, and when they off work, they meet up and they smash, and that's it. They meet up and they smash. They go out to eat. They take pictures for social media, and that's it. That's what the modern man and the modern woman do. All right, you trying to be a traditional man with these modern women? You trying to? No, bro. You got to be a modern man. You got to be a modern man. You want to be a traditional man? Go to them countries where, you know what I mean. Go to Burkina Faso. Go to Uganda. Go over there. You want to be a traditional man. Don't come to the United States talking about you a traditional man, bro. The women ain't trying to hear that bullshit, nigga. The women ain't trying to hear that bullshit, all right? I'm a traditional man, but I'm aware of my environment. I adapt to my environment. I know these women are not trying to hear that traditional bullshit. You know what I mean? So I can adapt to be the modern man that's compatible with them. Now, let's continue. Next tweet. This person said, a nigga like me would be embezzling funds from her and planning a life with my mistress instead of crying on the internet, but to each his own. Exactly, brother. Yo, I don't know, man. Like, listen, bro, I'm not even saying nothing, bro. I'm not even gonna say nothing, bro. Like, these dudes be talking too much, bro. You had no business even going online, bro. Listen, silence speaks volumes, bro. Silence is the loudest statement you could make, bro. Silence, bro. Cutting her off, but you can't really cut her off because you gave her a baby. You're a goofy. Like I said, the last 20 dudes she was dealing with, they didn't give her no baby, they didn't give her no ring because they move with intelligence. You an idiot. So you get what you get. You get the results of an idiot. You know, you can't even cut her off if you wanted to because you are bounded by the creation that you made, which is a child. Y'all made a child together. So you are bounded for life. But see, the last 20, 30 men that she was with that had more money than her, I guarantee that. The industry men that she was dealing with, guess what? They didn't give her nothing. They didn't give her nothing but dick and a good time because they were modern men operating like a modern man. They gave her dick and entertainment, exactly like I said. Let's continue. Next tweet. This person replied to that tweet and they said this. This lady said, Haitian men are consistent. Exactly, bro. We ain't gonna do no talking, baby. Listen, you know, you want to act like a goofy? I'm gone, man. I'm gonna replace you and you ain't never gonna hear from me again. It is what it is. Next tweet. This brother said, Haitians never beaten the allegations. Hey, man, you already know how we coming, man. You already know how we coming. Next tweet, this brother said, I would have gotten into my African leader bag so quick. Bro, exactly, bro. Exactly, bro. The last thing I would have been doing is crying on social media, bro. Last thing I would have been doing, man. Next tweet, this brother said, you're going to be met with mass disagreement on the internet for your preferences as a man. But that doesn't mean you can be ruthless about it, about upholding them in real life. If you got enough to offer, it's proper hoes out there. Now, I would replace the word hoes with women, but I absolutely agree with this statement. The moral of the story is this. Women are going to talk a good game on social media. They're going to talk a good game in public, but in real life, bro, in real life, you can uphold your standards. You can uphold any standard that you want, bro. You can uphold any standard that you want. You don't got to tolerate anything that you're uncomfortable with. Simply remove yourself from the situation. If you feel disrespected, listen, I'm a big endorser of simply walking away without an explanation. I don't got to tell you why I'm walking away because you should be intelligent enough to know why I'm walking away because you know the dumbass shit you did that made me walk away. You know what you did. So I don't got to tell you. So listen, just ghost these chicks, bro. Ghost them, bro. Ghost them. And when they try to blow up your phone, block them. And when they try to show up to your house, call the sheriffs and have them trespassed. And when they try to show back up the next day, have them sent to prison. Call the sheriffs again and have them arrested. Yes, indeed. That's how you do it, bro. That's how you do it. And if she wants to get violent, make sure you record the situation, call the sheriffs, and have them arrested for assault and battery. Because 9 times out of 10, if you ghost a woman, she's going to go crazy, right? She's going to go crazy. She's going to call your phone 72 times. She's going to text your phone 41 times. She's going to show up to your house at random times of the day. She might show up to your job. Listen, we live in America. We live in the United States. We have systems in place for these things, right? So when crazy people act crazy, we get them sent to jail. We don't got to tolerate disrespect. The best course of action to take is to find a woman whose values, whose traditions, whose foundation is most compatible with yours as a man, right? You don't got to tolerate the nonsense from the quote unquote modern woman. The modern woman needs to be with the modern man, and the modern man does not provide, does not protect, because all those things can be outsourced by the government, by the state, right? Corporate America, or in this case, Hollywood, is providing for Keke Palmer. She don't need a man to provide, so that's outsourced. She don't need a man to protect. She could call the police. And as a modern man yourself, you can also call the police, because you are not obligated to provide and protect, because you are a modern man, not obligated to hold up traditions, the old archaic traditions of yesterday. So as a modern man, I tell you brothers, listen, ghost these chicks, and then use the modern infrastructure to keep her away from you. Use the goddamn police station and the sheriff to have her trespassed and never allowed to come back to your property. Block her on the modern technology that you have called the iPhone and your smartphone. Block her on Instagram, block her on Twitter, block her from email, and never talk to her again, bro. That's how you move a woman out the way when you feel disrespected. That's what you do when you feel disrespected. You don't go online and cry about it. You don't go debate about it. You don't go back and forth about it. You don't go argue about it. You just remove yourself from the situation and you say, I'm gone. Peace. Anyways, it's your boy Neferkari Salim back in the building. Yes, indeed. Like, share, subscribe, cash app up on the screen, and I'm gone. Peace.